So we always anchor fishing for squid. The only time we won't anchor is if it is absolutely greased out, slick calm. We've always done it like that, and I just think it's better. It kind of helps your lines from, you know, scoping out, and it just seems to work a lot better than drifting. So we're just running a pair of 6 diode LED lights off the transom, just pointed straight down. It seems to work super good. It's really all you need. I think less is more as far as lights go. It's the first one of the night. It's May 2nd. The water is 50.0. We're right off Narragansett. These squid have kind of just came in. Usually when the water's high 40s, or once it tips 50 is when it'll typically start around here. Tends to be about a week to the day after they show up on the Cape, just the way they kind of come down and loop around off of Narragansett. So, not expecting red hot results tonight. I'm expecting a good night nonetheless. You know, we're just out here to make bait anyways. We don't really consume these. This is just mainly a bait trip. So I'll be chartering this year, setting up a simple website. I'll have it up very soon. I'm not official yet. I'm still waiting on the Coast Guard for some stuff, but it should be very, very soon at the time of filming this. So if you're interested, you can check out any of my media sites or through the channel and book a trip. Nice.
Double.
Got that one on just like a slow twitch near the bottom, just lifting the rod 6 inches, just like that. You just feel that weight on there. There's it right there in the lake.
I think that was an eel again. Oh yeah, there is.
You sight fished that one, huh?
Yeah. He was right under the lights.
We had clouds come through. You'll see them sometimes, a group of a dozen or so. That was a loner, and he had just dropped it down and went and chased it and just whacked it. They don't always do that, but you're lucky they do. There's an eel in the light right now. Kind of came in, he looks injured or something now. But we do get mackerel in there occasionally. Striped bass we have caught and seen, not on this trip, but in the past. Max sometimes. Usually when mackerel come in, you'll catch a few, a half dozen. They kind of come and go. It's a good one. About the same size class. gonna go over what kind of gear we're using here. We mainly fish with Penn setups. These are 4000 series spinning reels. We have 2 skirted spinning, and we have a Penn Battle 4000 rods. Really kind of keep it simple with this. We have medium, just medium setups, 7 foot. This one's an 8, and just simple. These are 10-pound tests we're running, and we're running like a weighted jig on the bottom. I'll get to these in a minute. I'm gonna go over the jigs. Like a 24 to 30 inch lead up to your unweighted. You want this one to kind of dance, and that's coming off like a 5-inch dropper. We're just putting a dropper loop in there, running the light up top, the lighter jig up top, and the heavier one on the bottom kind of as your anchor. Pretty simple setups. Also, when you're out like this at night, you got a lot of dew. Of course, you're gonna get ink. I'm either running the wash down and keeping everything wet, so bibs are very important. Black top is good. You don't want to wear your expensive, Sims top, just keep it. An old sweatshirt would be great. So just kind of keep it like that and keep it fun. It's a good way to start the season. Get a bunch of bait. You get your sword baits, you get calamari, whatever you want to use it for. This is what we typically use for jigs. The weighted ones are these, actually running a little low. These are Gyros tackle. They actually have a hole in there, and this will fill with water and act as like a whatever 1 ounce or whatever weight. We also have these solid plastic. These are all like kind of cheapy, Gyros tackle or even a lesser brand. We do have a couple of lead ones. If it's real windy out, even though I don't love using lead, I like a light setup. Then we have our cloth-sided. Yozuri makes these. Other various brands, and a lot of these are, you buy these, they're keel weighted. I don't love having that weight. We'll run these on top. These big prawns, we don't really ever use those, but we do have them. These light cloth-sided ones, if they have this keel, what I like to do with these is just either chop 80% of it off, or even kind of cut it all off. That's not really needed. I'd rather have it just kind of dance sporadically instead of kind of hold true. And sporadic seems to be better for the top unweighted, or we have found over the years. And so that's what you want. I don't love using a weight. I know up on the Cape it's typical to use a 1 ounce, 1.5 ounce sinker on the bottom, and then use like a daisy train, like with 2 drops and then your lead on the bottom. It's not the way we fish around here. This is just what we do, and this is the variety we use. Dark on the bottom seems to work better, blue. And up top I like a lighter, at least with some white in it. White, pink, white, blue is good. Coming in waves now. You'll get kind of nothing for a little while, and then we'll each grab one almost simultaneously.
Watch this.
Guy just sprayed me right in the face. Nice Alright, so that's gonna kind of, I think, round the night off. We did well. The runs just started. We had a good mixture tonight with large and mediums. Didn't get too many smalls, so it was a good, overall, it was a very good night. Runs just starting. Like I said before, if you're interested, I will be chartering this year, so when that website's up and running, which should be very shortly, and I'm official, I'll begin booking.